Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. Today we are going to talk about Erica Synths Bassline DB-01. And yes, it's yet another game-changing analog mono synth no one has asked for.
At the first glance, DB-01 is ticking all the "Hey chat, what's the best synth" for not going crazy during the first 2020 lockdown boxes. A substantial metal enclosure is littered with illuminated premium M&Ms, massive knobs, and there's a Cold War submarine somewhere missing 2 switches and a display. It might have dawned on even the most traditionalist acid enjoyer that this is not your average 303 clone. The saws and squares of the noisy synth engine are accompanied by a juicy triangle option, a sub-oscillator allowing for beefy Moog-ish stacks, and a noise generator ideal for Eurorec LARPing. Speaking of which, all this is put through a Polivoks-inspired filter based on Erica's very own acid box module. I failed to elicit classic TB chirps from this circuit, but that might just be me. It is hardwired to a basic envelope. This is also where the design concept leaves the well-trodden path of emulating Roland's most prominent failure, in addition to the also quite limited second envelope for the VCA, which let you create infinite drones. The manufacturer included a bucket brigade delay-based Detune effect ranging from subtle thickening to analog mayhem. Just in case you are still plagued by the feeling of being too much in control, feel free to crank drive, a distortion flavor which would not have been my first choice for run-of-the-mill acid sounds. And modulate oscillator frequency with a sufficiently fast LFO using the dedicated FM knob. This syncable LFO is also routed to filter cutoff and can be set to a respectable selection of waveforms and modes if you don't mind stepping into the netherworld of the instrument menu structure. As we are talking about not so immediately obvious functionality of the synth, the internal sequencer goes far beyond the horrors of the one found on the 303. It involves heavy use of 2 satisfyingly clicky encoders and offers a wide variety of traditional and contemporary features like accents and an unorthodox slide, polymeters, messing with playback direction, a modulation, and pitch envelope track, on-the-fly transposition, implementation of scales, and ample randomization options. The Arpeggiator is a great track starter. Once you've figured out the somewhat cryptic shortcuts, patterns with a length of up to 64 steps can be easily saved and managed, but the front panel parameters just are what they are. Given Erica's modular heritage, it doesn't come as a surprise that connectivity is optimized for use with Eurorec setups. There's 5-pin MIDI without a through, and you might be missing a USB port. Build quality is flawless, so paying 500 to 600 tokens of intercontinental initial appreciation for a hyper-specialized synth might sound like a good idea. Thanks to the awesome people of Signal Zirkus for lending me a DB-01 from their collection.
Like every self-respecting synth nerd, I have more mono synths that I could ever possibly need. Is Erica's Bassline a good enough excuse to buy another one?
You have already heard DB-01 in today's intro tune. That's a very tame take on the subject, but definitely does the job. Let's try to make it shine by cranking all its dirty little gimmicks.
That's turned out to be more fun than expected. Gritty distortion, FM retains a friendly vibe even at extreme settings, and the sequencer spits out interesting ideas even if you have no idea what you're doing. I wanna know if we can find a middle ground between the synth's strong character and classic acidity. That's certainly not your grandparents' acid synth. Even if you don't push FM, detune and drive, the tones sit well in the mix, and DB-01 wants to be friends with your FX pedal collection. Time to sacrifice an entire bad gear finale for the fuzziest vintage bass drop in the history of Baltic-inspired cinematic electro and 100% non-authentic Formanta core. If I was looking for the most authentic low pH value analog bubble bath, Erica's DB-01 wouldn't be my weapon of choice, which, given the abundance of cheap 303 carbon copies, is a good thing. Sure, even though it comes with a unique set of sound design tools, it remains a one-trick pony, just like the iconic silver box, but tweaking the synth is a satisfying experience, and it combines thick vintage flavors with post-Soviet quirkiness and plenty of sonic chaos on tap. Do I need another mono synth? Absolutely. I'm not sure if it's going to be this one though. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and use one of the links down below to support the channel regardless of what your gas commands you to buy.